नमस्कार। सदा जस्तै आज पनि म एउटा माध्यमिक तहको अङ्ग्रेजी विषयको पाठ्यक्रममा समेटिएको र परीक्षाको दृष्टिकोणले पनि अति महत्त्वपूर्ण, साथसाथै हाम्रो दैनिक बोलीचालीको लागि पनि अत्यन्त महत्त्वपूर्ण एउटा टपिक लिएर तपाईँहरूको बिचमा आइपुगेको छु। म हजुरहरूकै सन्तोष सुवेदी। आजको हाम्रो छलफलको विषयवस्तु रहेको छ ट्रान्सफर्मेसन अर्थात् वाक्य परिवर्तन। हामीले परीक्षामा कोष्ठकमा दिइएको निर्देशनको आधारमा that we have to change the sentence according to the instruction given inside the brackets in our examination. But in daily life activities, we have to use different types of sentence, like it's assertive or affirmative sentence, negative sentence, and interrogative sentence. Today we are going to learn something about the ways of changing sentence. So it is called transformation of sentence. I'll look at some example. Mr. Gurung will attend the meeting. This is the example of affirmative sentence. And Mr. Gurung will not or won't attend the meeting. It is negative. Will Mr. Gurung attend the meeting? It is an interrogative. So that from the example given here, you may get some idea regarding the ways of transforming sentences. Okay, let's have some more example. Okay, then transformation. What is transformation? Transformation is changing the form of a sentence without changing its meaning. The focus here is made on the following changes: affirmative to negative, and affirmative to interrogative, and vice versa. So, in this session, we will try to make clear, and my effort is entirely focused on making clear in these three terms: transformation, changing sentence into negative, affirmative, and interrogative. Okay, affirmative to negative. It means, look at some example. She is writing a poem. She is not writing a poem. Here, the sentence contains auxiliary verb. In this situation, we have to use or insert not just after the auxiliary to make sentence negative. And second sentence, she plays flute. It is changed into negative as she doesn't play flute. In this sentence, there is no auxiliary. In that situation, we have to insert do verb according to the form of main verb. If there is verb 1, we have to insert do. If there is verb 2, we have to insert did. And if there is verb 5, in that situation, we have to insert does. And not. And then we have to change the form of main verb into verb 1. In the situation where there is no auxiliary in a sentence. Okay, next example. She always goes to school. It is changed into negative as she never goes to school. Sometimes by changing some words, we can change into negative by changing specific words. Okay, an affirmative sentence is changed into negative by adding not after auxiliary verb. Not or anti, it is contracted form of not after auxiliary verb. Look at here. Some words are given is aren't, can't, couldn't, didn't, hasn't, haven't, isn't. In this way, I can change into negative too. If there is no auxiliary, we have to insert do verb according to the form of main verb. If verb 1 do, if we have in the place of have to, we have to use do. If there is no auxiliary and the main verb is in past form, then we have to use did. If there is had as a main verb, in that situation too we have to use did. And the same is if verb 5 or has, we have to use does. Okay, sentence can be changed as while making negative. If there is a word some, in that situation we have to change it into any, already into it, to into either, always into never, sometimes into seldom, some plus something into no plus something, either or is changed into neither nor, so into neither, only alone into but, sorry, none but, still into anymore, any longer, as soon as into no sooner than. In this way we can make sentence negative. Change the following affirmative sentences into negative. uh, it is for your practice, dear students. I hope you will practice at your home. If you feel any difficulties, feel free to share your problem with me. यो चाहिँ तपाईहरुलाई अभ्यासको लागि राखिएको छ, अभ्यास गर्नु होला, स्क्रिनशट गर्नुस्। अब हामीले एफर्मेटिभ टु नेगेटिभ बनाउन सिक्यौं। अब हामीले चाहिँ एफर्मेटिभले कसरी इन्टरोगेटिभ अथवा प्रश्नमा प्रश्नवाचक चिन्ह प्रयोग गरेर वाक्य परिवर्तन गर्छौं, त्यसको बारेमा छलफल गर्दैछौं। एफर्मेटिभ टु नेगेटिभ, इन्टरोगेटिभ, एफर्मेटिभ नेगेटिभ टु इन्टरोगेटिभ। इन्टरोगेटिभ पछि दुई टाइप्सको हुन्छ, एउटा एसओ क्वेशन्स, अर्को डब्ल्युएच क्वेशन। Look at here. You was cooking last night. In this sentence, the sentence structure or pattern is subject plus auxiliary verb plus main verb plus object. And was he cooking last night? It is changed into interrogative, and it is yes no question because it is the sentence starts with auxiliary verb. And the structure is auxiliary plus subject plus main verb plus object. She likes the concert. Does she like the concert? In this way, we can change affirmative sentence into interrogative. While changing into interrogative, some words change in this way. Change of some words. Look at here. Some or no into any. Always, never, sometime. It change into ever. Already, just into it. In this way, we have to change the words. Forming WH questions with an auxiliary verb. यदि वाक्यमा auxiliary verb छ भने त्यसलाई WH question कसरी बनाउने? We usually form WH questions with structure WH plus an auxiliary verb, be, do or have, plus subject plus main verb, or with auxiliary plus a modal verb with WH word plus a modal verb followed by subject and main verb. Look at here some example. When are you living? Who has been paying the bills? Who has been paying the bills? Where do they live? Why didn't you call me? What has she done now? What have they decided? And with modal verb, who would she stay with? Where should I park? In this way, you can make. And while making interrogative without an auxiliary verb, when what, who, which, or whose is the subject or part of the sentence, we do not use auxiliary verb. We use the word order, subject plus verb. Look at the example. What fell off the wall? Which horse won? Who about this? Whose phone rang? In this way, you can make WH question without any auxiliary verb too. Okay, let's talk about negative WH questions. When you ask negative WH questions, we use the auxiliary verb do when there is no other auxiliary or modal verb, even when the WH word is the subject of the class. Okay, affirmative with no auxiliary, and in the next parts, negative with auxiliary do. Who wants an ice cream? Who doesn't want an ice cream? Which door open? Which door didn't open? In this way, you can change into negative WH question. Okay, look at these two charts. It will be very helpful for you to understand. In WH question, WH word has some specific meaning, like who asks about a person's identity, whom it asks about person in objective case, whose it asks about position or ownership, what asks information about things, when asks information about time, where asks about places, why it asks about regions, which asks about choice, how much asks about uncountable quantities, how many asks about countable quantities, how long is related with length, time or space too, how the quality of a person or thing. Some examples are listed here. This chart is taken from www.englishandcom. You can learn English from there too. And in the next chart, the question, yes, no questions pattern, its types and example. The pattern of yes, no question is auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus object as well as question mark too. And it has different types: simple present, present progressive, simple past, simple future, present perfect, and models. And examples are given there. In the same way, WH questions too. And now I would like to assign you some exercises for practice. Change the following affirmative sentences into interrogative sentence. Please screenshot it. There are only 14 sentences. I think I have covered all the topic to be discussed while changing a sentence or transformation of sentence. Is there anything left? I think no. Do you have anything to say? If you have any suggestions, feedback, please comment me, or you can directly message me. Thank you very much for your valuable time. And at last, I would like to request you, please don't forget to subscribe my channel for more videos. Thank you. Thank you very much.